Ba-da-na, ba-da-da.
Hey guys, welcome to No Life TV. We got Cave Ferret here, Major Problems, and me, I'm Wizzy. We're here talking today about some controversial topics about Twitch. So, Cave, what's your first thought?
All
Why
right.
don't you introduce us to the topic?
So, on the agenda today, we're hoping to talk about some new Twitch updates and categories that they've added to the streaming platform, some controversial news regarding Twitch and their recent bans, as well as some of the new different types of MMOs and games that may be coming up that people could be interested in. So the first one that I wanted to talk about was the new Twitch category, pools, hot tubs, and beaches. That's right. Just Chatting has taken it to another level with this one, as it's no longer going to be underneath the Just Chatting category. Now, Twitch is recognizing that half of Just Chatting is just fucking pools and hot tubs. So they said, "Hey, Twitch Thoughts, why don't you head on over and we can make you a little category. We're gonna section that off for different like advertisers and stuff like that, the kind of people that are actually going to want their advertisements on that kind of a channel, and just sort of seclude it more, if that makes sense." Which this is, in my opinion, this is a good and bad thing, right? So it's kind of good in the sense that they are now separating this kind of content from the overarching Just Chatting category, right? Because Just Chatting is more for interacting specifically with your chat, having a conversation. A lot of the times you see these bigger streamers, they use Just Chatting when they're trying to figure out what game they want to play today. They'll use it maybe an hour before or after they're going to end their stream, just to catch up with chat, sort of have these conversations and really get to know their community. Overall, I think Just Chatting is a good category to have on Twitch, but a lot of it is sort of controversial in the fact that people aren't using it for arguably its intended purpose, and are instead using it just to advertise themselves. So you're going to have people with OnlyFans using Just Chatting to get people interested, so that not only are they going to sub to them on Twitch because they don't know how to Google Pornhub, but they're also going to be spending their $5-6 on external things, premium Snapchat, OnlyFans, stuff like that. And it's kind of steering Twitch into kind of an NSFW direction. Arguably kind of ham girly, for lack of a better phrase, as opposed to
what do you mean by that?
Like cam girl, like they're going to start flicking their bean on stream. I don't know.
Oh God.
I mean, we already have cases with, for example, not an Alinity, but Indiegogo, I think was her name. Fucking, hold on, I need to find the link for that.
Oh, well, you're doing
Amaranth. That. Amaranth is one of the big ones that got banned because they farted into their microphone, like literally fetish shit on Twitch. Who is pretty heavily against content like that, you know?
Well, you're a little more up to date with that than me. I'm kind of curious what this hot tubs, the pools and beaches are. I haven't really seen those two. I know about the hot tub streams.
But like arguably the hot tubs and streams and bikinis are fetishes as well. So like Twitch is selectively choosing what fetishes it allows and what fetishes it doesn't allow, which is pretty fucked up in its own way. I mean, I get it. It's a marketing strategy for them to get like advertisers direct those types of sponsorships to the people that do hot tubs and streams. But initially Twitch didn't start as an advertising, like a big advertising campaign, but this is where it's heading with the new hot tubs and pools.
Yeah, just ads everywhere. Hey, you want to come see an attractive woman? Well, here's 7 ads before you can see her.
Yeah.
Yes, sponsored by Bikini Prada or some shit like that.
Nah, it's
I
What's
mean-
sponsored by.
interesting, what's interesting about the ads is, if you pull up that link, the very first link I sent is Twitch's like their specific guidelines on the pools, hot tubs, and beaches. It says for just like all other categories, ads are still part of the viewing experience, but they're now letting the advertisers choose to include or remove this category depending on what the advertising campaign is aiming for. So obviously, if it's a campaign for condoms, maybe they do pools, hot tubs, and beaches. But if they're trying to advertise, I don't know, like poopsie slime surprise, they're probably not going to be finding that viewer base in
Let me
the
stop
pools,
you right there.
hot
What
tubs.
is poopsie slime surprise?
What do you mean, dude? Flash it up on the screen. It's a fucking children's toy. Poopsie slime surprise. I'll send you guys a little
No,
picture.
I know
of it.
what Poopsie Slime Surprise is.
I've never
it's like
heard of
this
this
little doll that you put in like some jelly in, and she poops it out, and you can play with the poop. It's actually
Yeah.
pretty hilarious.
This looks
And
Yeah.
terrifying.
it's going
It's
off
fun.
the shelves like
Oh God.
light speed.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
No, so what I wanted to say earlier when Cave said that maybe some condom agency would fucking advertise it. I mean, who on Twitch has sex? Like, why would a condom brand try to advertise there? Like, people don't even know what a condom is.
Yeah, but some people just like blowing them up and playing with them as like balloons and shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, look,
right? This might be
they're
controversial.
clowns.
This might be controversial, but condoms are incredibly efficient for the cleanup process, right? Because like,
Oh
why
my
nut
God.
into a sock or anything like that? You just nut into a condom, whip that thing off, throw it in the trash can, go along your day, right? No,
getting
no
edited
mess,
out.
nothing like that. What do you mean that's gonna get edited out? It's a fair point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's bad for the environment because, like, more plastic. And
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
just any plastic, it's like cum stained plastic now.
What the fuck kind of condoms are you using? Are you literally just sticking your dick in a Tupperware and shoving it in someone? What?
Bro, these
Our-
environmentalists are saying, have unprotected sex. Don't use condoms because you're saving the environment by having unprotected sex.
Dude,
Yeah.
my point is that condoms are not fucking plastic. They're made out of latex.
Yeah, but latex doesn't dissolve. It's bad for the environment still.
But it's made from natural plant material.
Well, I mean,
What
that's
the
not.
fuck?
I
Condoms
googled
do
it.
you use?
I don't think you know what you're talking about there, Cave.
I googled it. No, I literally googled are condoms plastic, and then I pulled up like the third link down, and it's like, nah, condoms are made from latex, which is a natural plant material, polyisoprene, which is rubber, and polyurethane, which is plastic. Yeah. Oh shit.
You freaking moron.
It has plastic in it.
In how
Oh,
many
man.
years does a condom dissolve? 4 to 5 years.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
So
not
like
that
for
bad.
5 years, the
It's not
turtles
that
are
bad,
fucking
but it's still
choking
not
on
great.
condoms. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
like, if humans are gonna be choking on condoms, shouldn't the bird? No.
Oh man, we veered a little off topic here.
All right. Anyways,
Okay,
yeah.
So
So-
what's beaches though? That's what I want to know. I've never seen a beach stream.
No, that's common because you know how people will go around and just stream their everyday life, like they'll stream themselves going to a restaurant and stuff like that. Well, sometimes the streams they just go to the beach and hang out with people on the beach and talk to their chat on the beach. Like it's not really that uncommon, and that's why I think that they included the exception for nudity and explicit content to not include bathing suits because for these people that aren't doing sketchy shit like going into a beach in like a fucking nipple pasty and a do-rag over their vagina, but people that are going there in an actual bathing suit or a t-shirt and shorts, they're walking around and their cameras seeing these people that have these sketchy bathing suits on and stuff that are barely covering their butthole. And because of that, why are they going to get penalized? Because of somebody else's actions when they decide to go to the beach. Obviously, you can make the argument, well, knowing that risk, why are you taking it by going to the beach? But I also think it's unfair from the content creator standpoint of I am just providing content to my viewers by checking out the ocean. It's not my fault that fucking Becky over there is wearing a G-string and is topless, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's why Twitch added that exception to the rule, and now people are taking advantage of it.
I mean,
Like
yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm honestly like it still opens a gateway. First of all, I'm gonna say something that might be controversial. Fucking going to the beach is not content, dog. Like if I'm going on vacation, that's not content. I mean, you had a long ass day. You're tired as shit. You want to just sit back and relax. Why would I want to see fucking Jessica staying at the beach? Like, how does that provide me any sort of entertainment?
Hey,
Like,
let me say this. I work at the beach. I love going to the beach. I watch some beach content, you know. I be watching like surfboarders and stuff like that. But do I want to watch Jessica sitting on the sand? No, that sounds incredibly boring. I could be watching someone doing like sick tricks on a surfboard. I could be watching kite gliders and stuff. Why am I watching Jessica sitting here just like, "Hi y'all."
And that's the thing is, I agree that just going to the beach is not content. But like Wizzy kind of indirectly brought up, if people are doing things at the beach, that's something I would watch. Some dudes going boogie boarding at the beach, getting absolutely dicked down by a like 2 foot wave, right? Like it. I mean, that's funny to me. Or if you have Chad McChadster surfing on a surfboard doing like fucking 360 triple axle backflips off the top of a fucking bow, then that's pretty cool. But if you're literally just walking to the beach, sitting on the sand and being like, "So money," that's kind of who's entertained by that. The thing about it though, we're saying all this, but there's clearly a market for it.
You know what?
So
Just because you said that, tune in next week to see me. I'm Wizzy, boogie boarding at the beach. We're doing a beach stream.
if you do a beach stream, I will 100% support you on that. But you have to wear a banana hammock.
Oh my God, no! Then I am
You
not
have
doing.
to.
I can't. I can't do.
No. It would be so cool,
No.
right? You would make internet history.
I'm gonna be immediately banned.
It'd be hilarious though.
No, I can't. I can't risk the ban. But if you want to see me do some sick belly surfing, catch me at the beach stream.
In his banana hammock.
Not in a hammock. I don't even know what that word is, man.
like I'm on the fucking thing, like on the category on Twitch. I dare every single one of you open that and tell me how many people are doing sick shit at the beach and how many are just chicks literally naked staying in front of the camera and like 4 dudes.
Wait, hold on.
Like-
Hot tub waifus official. Hold on.
I don't think this
shit,
is the right time to get your fetishes in here. Kate.
Hold on. I'm linking it. It's lit.
Oh my God.
We're doing the podcasting.
Yeah. We'll check that later.
No. I'm interested.
I'm sure
Wait,
you
Now
are.
I guess we gotta all watch
Hold on.
it.
Okay, they've got an average of 4 viewers. They've been live for 18 hours with 750 followers, dude. And it's
Wait.
literally just 3 anime girls in a fake hot tub.
What is this?
Or 02's there.
Oh my God. Are you serious? There's actually people watching this?
There's 4 people. I'm one of them.
Yo, there's
Oh,
a guy
okay.
whose name is Hot Tub Uncle Ibro. Shout outs to
I
a
think
guy who
I am also one of them.
like he just
Oh my
posted
god, there's a
fucking
cat in a
GIF
hot tub.
of Uncle Ibro, and it just loops the GIF around with 24 average viewers, and he has 12.1k followers. Like, how is that a thing, dog?
I don't get it.
How do I close?
Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I know there's a market for this, but is Twitch the place to support this kind of market?
E-Otter's
why?
fur licking ASMR.
What?
It's Marine Mammal Rescue, and it's literally called E-Otter's Fur Licking ASMR. I think this is just like a fucking, I don't know, non-profit or something. Yeah, it's a veterinary care hospital. They're just going off of like the general.
That's good enough for me. I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's not a bad one.
All right, maybe let's push the agenda a little
Literally,
bit to another topic.
models contest. Why is Twitch the place that you're streaming a modeling contest?
Bro, you don't stream modeling contests on Twitch?
It just I don't understand. I agree with Major. I don't think Twitch is the place for things like that, right? I mean, the first 4 out of 5 categories on this pools, hot tubs, and beaches is just people in bikinis. I mean, this person's not even wearing a bathing suit. They're literally just in their underwear, sitting on a bed. They're not at a beach, not in a hot tub, not in a pool, just sitting on the bed.
They're not even at a beach.
They're just in their underwear.
Nobody in that category is on the beach. They have like these little kiddie swimming pools just to have a reason.
He's saying this person is not even in a kiddie swimming pool. They're literally just on their bed in underwear.
Yeah, I mean, come on. How is this hot tubs, beaches, and pools? What part of this girl sitting in her bed, almost naked, is hot tubs, beaches, and pools? And what is this? How does this not scream, I am a cam girl?
Bro, so is this just new cam girls now, but free? Not actually exactly. Free, but kind of free?
Well, that's the thing, is cam girls on Pornhub are free too. The only time you get any actual content, though, is if you pay for it. But even if you pay for the content on Twitch, you're not actually getting content. You don't get anything new, right? So if I'm paying $5, I'm going to Pornhub to pay $5 for something that I'm actually going to enjoy, as opposed to just sitting there watching a girl in her bikini, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and she'll fucking do stuff for you. Like, you can tell her, yo, shove this fucking pineapple down your throat, and she will do it because you paid her to do it. And that's like, I don't know, like fucking somebody's fetish. But in here, look at this fucking, she looks so bored, dog. She has 200 people, and she's like, thank you. Like, what?
Well, yeah, because realistically, she doesn't want to be doing it, most likely.
Now, there is something that is very controversial that I do want to bring up, though, talking about the difference between a cam girl and a Twitch hot tub streamer, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the biggest difference, in my opinion, is consent. And the reason I bring this up is because there is a lot of underground dark shit that happens in the porn industry.
Oh, yeah.
That is not happening on Twitch, right? Like, these cam girls, a lot of the times their employers and who they're working with are making them do these cam shows 8, 9, 10 hours a day straight, whereas the Twitch streamers are not being forced to do that. It's all consensual on their part as far as our understanding goes of how that works. Obviously,
if you want to be real, some of these cam girls aren't like doing this consensual at all. Like, they've been kidnapped.
Right.
Like, this is a like human trafficking situation for some of them.
Right. And I haven't heard of anything like that happening on Twitch. It is something that I'd probably want to look into further. But to my understanding at this time, this is entirely voluntarily done, I guess, on their part, which does make it more ethical at the very least, you know? And from an ethical standpoint, if this is what they want to do, if this is what they're choosing to do, maybe Twitch isn't the right platform to do it on, but at least it's a safe platform to do it on.
Yeah, I could see that. That's a fair point. Although, you know, when I go to... Go ahead, Major.
Like, it still bashes on the image of Twitch, you know, because like we're talking about cam girls, human trafficking, which are really serious matters. I mean, not cam girls, the human trafficking part, but like Twitch is an entertainment platform. It's not a place where you can satisfy your fetishes.
I mean, Pornhub's an entertainment platform, technically.
Yeah, but well, we all know what Pornhub is because it's targeted towards that specific age group. But like on Twitch, let's say I'm a 10-year-old. Like,
yeah.
why? Maybe Twitch just recommends me. Maybe the algorithm fucks up and it shows me like, I don't know, like a fat guy in bikini. And suddenly that's an issue for me because I'm a stupid fucking kid. I don't know what's going on in my life. Why do I need to see a naked man in front of me trying to
You
make
just
money? Is
opened
that
I'm Wizzy's beach stream.
yeah, exactly. And you see this fucking guy almost naked doing nothing. Like I don't know. That's not entertainment once. That's not content. Like you have OnlyFans, you have other platforms on which you can do this type of stuff. But I just don't think Twitch is one of them.
Yeah, I
Right.
definitely agree with that. Like it's
Like
kind of a weird place.
I feel like the important thing isn't uh making Twitch like Twitch shouldn't be the outlet that people feel safe providing that kind of content on. I think the focus needs to be on making the platforms that are designed for this kind of content safe for the people to do this kind of content on, right?
Yeah.
Instead of saying, "Hey, come to this safe haven," instead make the places that it's supposed to be safe for them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and don't get me wrong, like it's also an easy way out because don't get me wrong, there are many cam girls that are forced to do some really nasty fucking shit, but at least they work for their money. You feel me? Like there are legitimate cam girls that work for their money. They provide the content they signed up for. But like looking at these girls who do literally nothing but sit around making thousands of dollars just sitting around naked, like how low can the platform go? I mean, what are you offering for your time? Like we as a streamer, we as streamers, we try our best to be entertaining, to provide value, to provide, I don't know, educational laughter, stupid stuff to make people laugh, to make people feel good. They are not doing anything. Like this is just free cash. How can we as streamers compete with this? That's my issue with hot tubs pools and other shit like that.
They're
Well,
taking away your viewers.
that's actually something that I kind of want to talk about in one of my next points. The most recent link I sent, the one for Reddit, somebody asked the question: if you don't want to interact with your viewers, what's the point of streaming, right? And that kind of goes along with what you were saying here. How can we compete when all they have to do is sit there in a bikini, right? But the thing about that is our competition. Is that when these people, the smaller hot tub beaches category, streamers are sitting there, they are relying on their chat to provide the entertainment that they're able to talk about, right? If they're just sitting there staring at a wall and nobody's typing anything, they don't have any content to provide. But we are able to sit there and play video games and create that content without having to rely on chat to spark up conversation or something to talk about. So, you know, we they have a lot of viewer interaction if there's viewers there. But how are they going to get the viewers just sitting there? Where we have the advantage of people are going to click and join our stream for for the gameplay content that we're providing. We don't necessarily have to interact with chat and be entertaining unless somebody comes into the chat to talk about it. They, on the other hand, can only do that when somebody comes into the chat to talk about it.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, but we
Uh,
as a streamers are supposed to provide the content. Like,
but to be fair, there's
that,
also a lot of like streamers out there, like small streamers who are playing games who just don't talk to chat at all. And then you're
Right.
like, maybe I go somewhere where they want to talk to chat.
But how do you feel about streamers that don't interact with their chat? Because in this thread, they brought up some really good points. For example, some people that stream live on Twitch are only streaming for their friends because it's easier to stream through Twitch than maybe some other platform that they're using. Maybe these people are still living in like 2003 when Skype's a thing, or some of
Before
these
Discord.
people, yeah, or before Discord. Some of these people are streaming just so that they can save the recordings in case something cool happens, right? They're not there because they want to make a career out of it. They're not there because they want to make a whole bunch of money off Twitch. They're just doing it because it's something that they want to do either for themselves or for a small group of maybe 2 or 3 friends. One example that this guy gave is that there's one friend they have that they're not able to talk to through Discord. They're not able to call them. So instead, they interact with them through the stream, and they only stream to reach that audience of just that 1 or 2 friends that can't really watch through these other avenues.
They're taking my viewers.
That's your thoughts. They're taking my viewers.
They're ruining my demographics. My what do they call it? What is it? They're ruining my algorithm. Now I gotta have 3 viewers for someone to be able to watch my stream.
All I'm saying is that we don't see new categories done for people that play games. We see a bunch of new categories done for whole other type of streamers that I personally, and this might be controversial for some people, do not see as content creators.
Yeah, they have been coming out with a lot more non-gaming content. Not content. What do they call it? Categories.
And
like the
reality.
I mean, for Twitch as a company, it makes sense because, they're bringing more people into this like small category, but it's growing and they're making more money off of it. So from a business demographic where they can separate them and market more directly to them, it's a good move for Twitch. Whereas like someone who's a streamer, they might be offended by it because now it's taken away from your content. Because you're not getting recommended when this person's... because maybe you use Just Chatting once in a while. And so you'll get a Just Chatting recommendation from some of these hot tub girls. But now that they have their own category, you're not going to get any recommendations from people who like exclusively watch them.
Like Twitch advertises itself as a video live streaming services that focuses on video game live streaming. I mean... fair, but when you check the browse category and you see the most viewed is Just Chatting.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the target here? Are you going for mainly video games and just like a side thing, Just Chatting, ASMR, pools, hot tubs, and whatever there is in this world? Or are you just going for a full, let's money grab as much as we can. Let's try and pull as many people as we can in here. We don't fucking care anymore.
Okay. Well, I don't think YouTube is banned from the word simp. But, I mean, you got to think a lot of revenue comes from simps. A lot of Twitch revenue. Mainly because, Yeah. And, I mean, look at all the... It's a place for them, people who really don't have a good interaction with women, to be able to interact with women. And it kind of makes them feel good about themselves. So in a way, like it's kind of a good spot, but also, they could be doing this just with female gamers in general and supporting the females who are actually playing games, and instead of all these females doing like their hot tub streams and who aren't really having a good time interacting with them. Because I know a lot of female streamers and they actually have a good time interacting with their chat. Because they're having fun playing video games. They're not just sitting there in a hot tub. And so it allows them to reach out and like feel better about themselves, maybe be more personable, more interactive with women in their general lives.
But that's the wrong way to approach that. Like 100%, because if you have these kind of like, let's say for example that it's somebody that is just like, for lack of a better phrase, socially retarded, right? There are actual psychological, therapists, stuff like that avenues that they can go through to get professional help in learning these situations. The internet should not be the place that you're going to learn how to interact with society. I mean,
Yeah.
if we take away the female aspect of that, then they're still not able to interact with society well enough, right? So why are they trying to do that by talking with someone that doesn't really care about them on a personal level?
I mean, some of these people aren't like mentally disabled. They're just socially disabled. They don't have like good communication skills with other people, and like even seeking help from a therapist sometimes won't help them.
But neither will the internet.
Oh no, definitely won't help them. But I mean, like I was saying, it's just a confidence booster for some of these people. Like I was working with this one kid. He was like 25. Maybe he might have been a little mentally disabled, but I'm not really sure. But for the most part, he was on normal ground. I don't know what the word for it is that they use. Ableist? I'm not sure.
Ableist?
But
no,
anyways,
it's actually
ableist.
ableist. No,
Is it really?
it's ableist. Yes,
You're lying to me.
I'm not. So ableism is like hatred towards disabled people. I'm gonna Google it just to make sure I'm not stupid, but it's discrimination or social prejudice against people with disabilities.
Holy shit! I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's like mentally competent enough to like live a normal life. But I know normal being a subjective term. But
No, exactly like me to be normal.
but he has no like social skills. Like I would try to talk to him, and I tried to be there for him and tell him like, look, this is how you're coming off to people. You have to really watch what you're saying before you say it, and not really come off so needy and stuff like that, or be so willing to let people push you over. And like some of these people like go to Twitch to talk to women because they're like they feel a little more like bold and not like they're gonna be shut down because they know these female streamers are gonna like be like, oh, it's okay, we got you, champ, blah blah blah, or just streamers in general.
But realistically,
I don't think the hot tub streams is a place for that, because then it's become more of a simptude than somewhere where you can like build your confidence even.
But I don't think anywhere on the internet is the place that you should be going for that, because the internet is such a dangerous place. People are
100%.
going to give you a false confidence, right? You could go into somebody's chat and say something that you would never say to somebody else in person. You're not going to walk up to somebody and be like, hey, let me sniff your fart, right? But on the internet, people are going to go online and say, hey, let me sniff your fart. And people are going to start spamming the chat with kek W's, lols, stuff like that. They're going to get that confidence boost from, that positive feedback from the Twitch community saying stuff like, oh my god, that's so funny, haha, this guy's crazy. They're going to get that confidence, and then they're going to go out in the real world suddenly thinking that because these internet people thought it was so funny, I can say that to anybody, and then they're going to get the shit beaten out of them, right? Like,
that does bring up a good point.
You're hiding behind a mask on the internet, and when you do these things, you are infinitely more confident that your anonymity is going to keep you safe, that you grow into being able to say things that most people would have the social intelligence not to say to other people.
That does make a fairly good point. All right, I reject all of my thoughts ever given. Tony, cut. That's out of the podcast.
I mean, it's not rejecting.
It's not cut. No, you stop trying to cut shit out of the podcast, all right?
Well, I'm saying cut your name.
Oh, I don't care if people know
You're gonna
it's on my
censor him?
Twitch.
I know, but I figured we're all using our streamer names.
That's fine. We can use our streamer names, but if they go click the Twitch link in the bottom right and they pull me up, it's going to be like, hey guys, my name's Tony. I don't care if people know my first name.
But anyways,
You're gonna put a black bar over him in that voice, like.
Anyways, like I was
"Oh my
saying,
It's just
God."
gonna be a long beep throughout the entire part that I'm talking for the podcast.
Occasionally, Wizzy saying something and then cutting back to fucking elevator music.
It's just gonna say redacted over all my information.
Some pieces of this podcast have been cut out.
to reduce personal information being sold. But do we want to talk about the Twitch effect or how streaming is taking over gambling?
Yeah, that's something I was really interested in, actually. There's a lot of controversial viewpoints as far as gambling goes on Twitch, right? So, one of the things that I linked for you guys was Yasuo. He's one of the bigger, he used to be a League of Legends streamer, obviously playing the champion Syndra. And, he kind of talks about how much his fans have wagered on slots, right? So, for example, looking at his numbers and stuff, people have wagered over 200,000, upwards of $1 million on slots for his streams, like the gambling and everything like that. We were kind of talking earlier. Hey, none of that.
Go, keep speaking.
So we were talking about how Twitch is adding more categories that aren't necessarily gameplay related. I would make the argument that gambling is also not video gameplay, and they're adding categories specifically for gambling, knowing that gambling is a very controversial subject with the addictions, with the money loss, people literally financially ruining themselves off of betting their life savings on, a roulette table, right?
And they're not actually making money here, right? They're buying like channel points or something.
I mean, regardless, they're spending money.
No, I'm saying they're spending money for fake money, right? And like there's
there's
no value that they can get back from this, even if they won.
To my understanding, yes.
So basically, it's like playing fake online poker, but putting real money into the table.
So
Yeah.
my thoughts on this is that I don't think this is a Twitch issue. I'm going to start off by saying that, first of all, a lot of gaming companies have included gambling as parts of their system. So I think gaming is enabling gambling, but I'm not saying Twitch was the one to start it. Like, we all know loot boxes.
I was just going to say, this is loot boxes plus right here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and Twitch just picked up on it. I think this speaks more to the gaming side of the world and how it should exclude gambling, because I mean, gambling is one heck of an addiction. It can ruin your life, literally ruin your entire life. And enabling that through gaming, which is mainly focused towards a younger audience, builds up an addiction that they will never get out of it. So Twitch is just capitalizing on this at this point.
But I don't know if you guys know this, but as of yesterday, an article came out that apparently Asmongold, one of the World of Warcraft streamers, made a video about how XQC and Trainwrecks could potentially go to jail because of the gambling streams.
Oh, really?
I need to search that for myself. So
Here, I'll link the article.
Okay.
So it says here that the video contained leaked DMs between the two where potentially shady dealings are involved and are enough to cause concern for them from a legal standpoint, right?
Yeah.
So I think Twitch is effectively escalating the situation.
Oh, so this is actually him streaming real life gambling.
Right.
Okay. But why is that illegal? I'm confused.
It's supposedly because of some shady deals that are being made
Okay.
in it during these, right?
Like what?
So he says that there are claims that they are getting an upwards of $2 million per stream for pushing content for these gambling sites. So they're actively changing their content creator. They're advertising
Oh, so they're
gambling.
here advertising. Oh, okay. That's the shady dealings you're talking about.
Not to
Yeah.
mention, XQC is supposedly, according to this article, I don't know how reputable this source is, but according to this article,
Yeah,
um,
sportscata.com is totally
listen,
a
it's
reliable source.
that's why I'm prefacing that it may not be the most reliable source, but according to this, it's saying that XQC is using VPNs to circumvent the gambling ban imposed by the Texan state government, which is a violation of the legal code.
Oh, okay. I mean, how much
So
time are
by
you gonna
using a
get?
VPN to allow himself to gamble on stream, he's effectively breaking the law in Texas that prohibits gambling.
I mean, with all this money he's making from his shady dealings, I'm sure he could get a lawyer to get him out of whatever that is.
If it's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, if it's really about the legal standpoint of him using a VPN to circumvent gambling, I don't think that'd be too hard to get out of with a decent lawyer.
Yeah, but that's like saying, you know what? You can become a cocaine dealer, dog. If you make enough money, he can get you out of that shit. Like,
I mean, you can. That is the American like legal system at this point. You make enough money, you can get yourself out of anything.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I mean, there's a
Jeffrey
lot of
Epstein kind of
traces.
proved that one wrong.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
we're going to
out of
Epstein's
most things.
subject.
Let's say out of most things.
I'm just saying.
Out of most things. Let's not say anything. But I mean, you have enough money, like a lot of petty crimes disappear. And
Yeah,
even
well,
some
I
bigger
mean-
ones.
Taxes are effectively just that if you're rich enough, you can do it. Like, or not taxes, sorry, but like parking
Tickets?
fees,
Yeah.
tickets. Like, if
Park wherever you
they're-
want if you have enough money.
Exactly. If they're gonna give you a fine of $150 for parking somewhere, but you make $10 million a year, like fucking you're Bezos or something, that
Park
means
where-
that poor people can't park there. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that people can't park there. It means poor people can't park
Parking
there.
tickets should change to based on annual income.
Well, there is a country that does that,
Are you
where
serious?
fines and stuff like is relative to your wealth. That way, somebody like a rich person isn't going to break a law that in like the United States would be like a slap on the wrist for them, because it's like if you park incorrectly, it's 2% of your income, and for
Yeah.
somebody that makes $20,000, that's like $200, but somebody that makes $2 million, that's like fucking 4 or 5 grand, right?
That's
like
really bad math, Tony.
I know it's bad math, but
Really, really bad math.
I don't know. The $200 one wasn't that bad.
What's 1% of 20,000?
Pretty
200.
sure it's 200. 2% of
Yo,
20,000.
Weezy, you
is
fucking
200.
suck at math, dog.
No,
don't call out people
he
for
said
sucking at
2%.
math.
2%
Yeah,
is 400.
2% of
2% is
20,000
400.
is.
He said one. He said 2%.
Hold
He
on.
said 200. That's why I'm saying
Hold
1%, Tony.
Let me get a calculator up.
And then he said like
0.02 times 20,000 is $200 according to this calculator.
0.02.
Yep,
That's not factual.
this calculator said so.
I don't know what calculator you're using
The calculator.
because I just did it on my phone and it says 400.
Dude, your phone's dumb. Oh, that's
So
so
we're not-
unlucky.
Your bean counter career is going down the drain, Cave.
Alright, but anyways, that's kind of irrelevant. Like, the fact that I suck at math doesn't really change my argument.
I mean, it's good content though. Hey, woo! Good content alert. Wow, 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 wow.
That
I'm
was
done.
weird.
Let's cut that.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like in most of Europe's countries, like that's how it goes. Like the more money you make, the taxing is related to your income. So like you don't do stupid shit because it's gonna cut you off really, really hard. But I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still like if you broke the Texan law state on gambling, I don't think you're just gonna be fined or just get a slap on the wrist. Like think about it like this: these are Twitch streamers. They rely on their image to make money. Even let's say you do the time, like your reputation is still stained because you did some shady shit, and like you're basically destroying your entire career by trying
Nah,
to
man,
make an extra buck.
these Twitch viewers want to see the bad boys, you know? They want to see that guy who went to jail for some shady dealings on Twitch. They're like, oh yeah,
Is
let's
that why
watch this
nobody
guy.
watches you?
I
Yeah,
can
because
name
I'm,
like
I'm
three
such a
guys
good boy.
that I can name that like three huge guys that are not on the internet anymore and barely anybody knows them because they raped. But
Yeah.
like at the time they had like the majority of the YouTubers in their palm. But like that's the thing, like internet is a volatile place. You cannot expect to do anything that you want and tomorrow there will be no repercussions. Like everybody's gonna be on your ass because that's content. Like if a big content streamer does some stupid shit, everybody's gonna piggyback on that.
Yeah, that's
So
I
true.
think it also depends on like the extreme of what they did, right? Because if somebody like I don't know, we'll use the XQC example. If I'm being entirely honest with you, I don't care what he does with his money. If he's breaking laws because he wants to gamble, like gambling laws. Let me preface that. If he's breaking gambling laws for his stream or just to bring in some extra income, to be entirely honest, it's not something I care too much about. But the second XQC goes up and gets charged with, I don't know, animal abuse or something outrageous like that, that's where I personally draw the line. Like Alinity, for example. She can do all the good in the world that she wants, but the fact that she yeeted her cat over her head is unforgivable to me, and for that reason, I would never watch her again.
What do you mean
Right?
she yeeted her cat over her head? Like she grabbed it from her lap and like threw it backwards, or like she threw
It
it
was
up and gently
it was
caught it?
It was walking in front of her computer. She put her hands under its belly and flipped it behind her head.
Like just fucking hail
Just
barreled
threw
it
it. Yeah,
over? Oh my god.
yeah. So for me, like the point I'm trying to make, obviously, this is something that Alinity actually did. Obviously, XQC, to the extent of my knowledge, has never done anything to harm an animal, and probably never will because he likes to rage, but he's not gonna fucking beat an animal for it, right? But what the point I'm getting at here is that it depends on what the crime is to how like people are gonna react to it, because on the internet there are some lines that I feel are much more controversial to cross than others. Most people, like I'm making a random number, pulling it out of my ass, but I'd say 90% of people are entirely against animal abuse, whereas maybe like 30 or 40% are against, you know, money, like
Tony, the
shady
master
money dealing.
statistician, knows
But
all
like
the stats off the
it,
back of his hand.
but that's the thing. Like if you go up to a random person, and you ask them, "Hey, how do you feel about animal abusers?" They're gonna fucking like spit on them. But if you go up to a random person and say, "Hey, this guy broke a gambling law. How do you feel about him?" They're gonna be like, "Okay." You
Well,
know,
all right,
well, if you go
let
up
me
to
put it.
most people and ask them, "Do you know who XQC is?" They'll just be like, "Who?"
Let me put it in a different perspective. What if I told you there's a guy that gets 120K kids addicted to gambling every single day? How
Oh
would you
yeah,
feel
you
about that?
preface it like that. You know,
I
people are
mean,
gonna spit on him.
No,
personal opinion.
exactly. That's
Personal
I'm.
opinion. I don't really care.
I
Oh,
mean,
Tony,
that's
we
on
spit
you,
on you
Tony.
now, Tony.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you have to see it into perspective because if Felinity fucking threw her cat, I'm gonna be honest, I don't fucking care about that cat. But like, if 100 100,000 people see their fucking internet idol doing gambling, and they're like, yo, I want to do that as well when I grow up. And they fucking start destroying families, destroying houses, fucking vandalizing because they don't have enough money to sustain their gambling addiction because they saw this one fucking guy at one point in their lives that was, yo, super hyped about gambling because the sponsors gave him like $2 million a month to do it. I
You
mean,
also got to think about how many pets lose their houses because these people got addicted to gambling. You know, think
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
animal
like-
cruelty there.
like,
Think about how many
perspective,
homeless dogs
man.
there are because this dude lost his house to gambling because he saw XQC doing it.
Yeah, but there's avenues for both to be repaired. My thing on that is that animals are defenseless, whereas if the XQC is getting
Oh, you're saying an 8-year-old isn't defenseless?
the 8-year-old has parents that should be protecting him. If they're allowing their child to go and become addicted to gambling at the age of 8 because they're not monitoring what their kids watching, not keeping their kids safe from these types of things, that's on the parents, not the kid. That's on the parents, not XQC. If
No,
Alinity
that's on the
yeets your
streamer.
cat, that's on Alinity.
But wait, how are you gonna say that? Like, think about it like this: the parents know that they're gonna open up the computer and watch a guy play video games. That's the guy that plays Fortnite. I don't know what the XQC plays, to be honest. I don't really care about this guy.
And then all of
But
a sudden
let's
his
see-
stream changes to freaking gambling.
Yeah, and like, you know, your kid has been watching this guy for the last 3 months. You know, you have been checking on him. You won't be checking on him every single day of your life. Let me see what you're looking at right now. You're not gonna do that. Come on, nobody fucking does that. And
But
suddenly,
you should know what your kid's doing, though. Like, even if
Well,
you
yeah,
don't
their
know
kid's just
exactly what they're
their kid's
watching, but
watching Twitch.
right, but they're not like. Let me put it this way: how does the kid have access to money to be able to start gambling?
Well, this is
But
what
that's
we're
on the
prefacing. Like later on in life, this is something that can happen. Or
How
the
are you
kid-
going to get addicted to something that you're not actively doing?
He's getting addicted by gambling with like chat points. You know, you're gambling.
yeah,
your
like chat points and channel points. Isn't this
And it's even
what
worse
this is all about?
because
Then
the
it's-
chat points are free. So now
Then
you're
it's-
you're playing with something that has zero monetary value, but you get the same thrill of gambling from it. So now when you have money, you're using that monetary value at the casino and you're losing real money because you've played so long as like a little kid gambling that you've become addicted to it.
But then it's at the point for the parents to teach the kid the difference between fake money and real money.
But like Major was saying, that you're not checking what your kid's typing in chat all the time if they're watching
But
Twitch.
you should be teaching your kid the difference between fake money and real money. Regardless of what they're watching, what they're learning, what they're playing with, you have the responsibility to teach your kids about life skills such as managing their money.
But your money
it's
only
like-
goes as far as you know, like they're doing. Are you gonna go up to your
They're an
kid just
8-year-old
randomly? No,
They're an
but are you gonna
8-year-old
randomly go up to your kid? Hey, there's fake money out there. No, I mean it comes up organically, and you have to learn that.
You can't
but
let
you-
some things come up organically. What, are you just going to wait till your kid's 36 and then he suddenly says, like, by the way, Mom, my left ball feels weird. I don't think it ever dropped. Like, maybe that's a conversation you have when your kid's like 12 and you take him to the doctor and you say, yo, dude, your left ball's fucked up. Like, some conversations you just have to get into with your children.
But I'm saying there's a lot of parents on there who don't really know the concept of Twitch. They just know like, hey, my kid's watching video games. They don't know that Twitch has like fake money for them to gamble with to make these like arguments with them to have
That
these
doesn't matter,
conversations.
though.
At
It's
what
still a
point-
conversation that needs to be brought up.
I've
Even
never
if
had a
you know-
conversation with
No.
my parents over fake
You
money
guys-
and real money.
You guys are talking specifically in regards to Twitch. I'm saying even a parent that doesn't know what Twitch is, even a kid that's never been on Twitch, the parents still have the responsibility of teaching the kids the importance and value of money, regardless
of
of
money.
what the kid's doing.
But have you ever
Hear
had a
me out for a
conversation
second.
with your parents on the difference between fake money and real money?
Yes.
Yo, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of kids that get it. Like, they play Monopoly. They know what fake money is, right? But gambling is an addiction that does not differentiate between real money and fake money. The thrill is still there. And when they are going to become an adult and the fucking free gambling will not satisfy them anymore, they will go to other measures to do it. Like, it's not a thing. If I
Yeah, I
tell my
mean,
kid this
let me
is
say
fake
this.
money,
I've worked at a
that they're still
casino.
excited.
I worked at a casino, and I've seen people like throw away their entire life savings. I've seen them throw away their houses, their cars, their kids, everything, because they're so deeply embedded into gambling that there's nothing they can do. And these people, they think they're gonna get up. They get up for a little while, and they get so emboldened by this high that they keep gambling, and now all of a sudden everything's gone in their life, and it's like it's a real addiction for them. And it's not whether they know the concept of fake money or real money, because they know what money is, and they cry when they lose this money. And I've seen people at like gambling tables like cry because they don't know how to stop, because they've seen gambling from a young age. They watched their parents do it, or they saw it somewhere else, or some of their friends wanted them to gamble, and they got so embroidered in it that they can't help it anymore. It's just like bam, bam, bam. I need to gamble. It's like smoking. Like they need to smoke a cigarette.
But at this point, I would make the argument that it's still not the streamer's fault though, because at that point, that's a Twitch thing. Twitch shouldn't be allowing the channel points, because channel points
That's what we're
isn't
saying.
something that no. You guys said that XQC, like, what if
We were bringing
this
it
guy
as
is
up
making
as in-
Wizzy, let me finish.
Go ahead.
This guy is addicting 120,000 kids to gambling a year, but is it XQC at that point if we're talking about things like channel points, because that's a Twitch thing? Yeah, technically you can disable the channel point reward, but literally nobody does that on Twitch. So any channel you go into is going to have the channel point rewards, is going to have that sort of form of gambling. But so how can you pinpoint it down to a specific person's fault that these people that are interacting with the Twitch community are getting addicted to gambling? I would make the argument that at that point it's strictly Twitch that needs to put a stop to it, and it's still not the streamer's fault.
No, we're not saying it's only the streamer's fault. We're bringing it up as an overarching thing that these streamers are specifically, not just one streamer, but multiple streamers are specifically pushing the agenda of gambling. And then it's not helped by the fact that Twitch has gambling points, that you're allowed to gamble on Twitch.
That's not the argument you guys made the first time, though, but
I didn't even get to make an argument. So if you guys want to talk about XQC, it's definitely XQC's fault at first, because first of all, he knows what influence he has. He knows what audience he has. What he chooses to do with his stream is entirely his own decision.
Yeah, we're saying it is definitely a streamer's fault for pushing this agenda, but it's not helped by the fact that Twitch allows like fake gambling.
I personally disagree with that.
He's using a VPN to bypass state laws to do it. Like, he's not just doing it not knowingly. He is actively pursuing the idea of, I need to do this. Like, he doesn't...
Well, I don't care about the VPN part. For me, it's that he's streaming gambling, you know? You're streaming something that really can trigger people.
And yeah, and the fact that you are going against some state laws to do it just for the extra cash, like, that's immoral. That's not ethical.
Yeah, it is very unethical in my opinion as well.
I agree that's unethical, but I don't see the problem with him gambling. I don't see how it's his fault that people are getting addicted to it. I don't think that can be placed on the streamer.
Gamble in your free time. I don't think you should be gambling on a platform where you have millions of viewers. Unless you're gambling on a gambling specific. Well, I'm saying I do, and maybe now I'll take that off because of this conversation. But what I'm saying is that there's other platforms to gamble on. He could be like a pro gambler, you know. He could gamble. There's a lot of other platforms for gambling to show it off to people. but he's specifically gambling to young viewers because his chat isn't 18 plus.
But I don't see the problem with that. I mean, I can agree with the fact that he's gambling with real money and that's an issue, but I don't think that the streamers, it's the streamers' fault that people are unable to control themselves.
I'm not saying it's the streamer's fault that people are. I kind of am. I kind of am saying it's the streamer's fault that they're not preving that people can't control themselves. That you're not like thinking about people who can't control themselves, who have an addiction. Like, I don't think smoking on stream's really super ethical either, but there's a lot of people who do it. Wink, wink.
Well, take like
smoking right
Odoblock,
now,
for
to be honest.
example. God damn it, Major.
No, so, before that, I am the guy who has probably the most gambling on stream and who smokes the most on stream, and I have an issue with XQC. That should tell you how PC I get at doing that, because let's be fair, I have an average of 6 viewers, out of which most of them, I know my audience. They don't gamble, they don't smoke, and they always tell me you should stop that is not good for your health. But if I stream to 120k people who, let's say, mostly are kids, and they didn't know any better, you bet I wouldn't be doing those things on stream. I mean, you have a bigger responsibility when you have a bigger audience.
Yeah, it's like being Spider-Man, man. You have the power. You have to have the responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility, XQC. You heard it here first on No Life Podcast.
Yeah, like, did you know the Cristiano Ronaldo thing that has been going on with Coca-Cola?
No.
Like, he was at this press conference, and like Coca-Cola was sponsoring the event, and he just took the Coca-Cola, threw it away, and put in water, and he said water, not Coca-Cola. That instantly dropped Coca-Cola's stocks by a lot, because people instantly saw Cristiano Ronaldo doing that, and they instantly thought, I shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's when you're a known guy, when you influence, like actually influence people, you have a responsibility to do that. We don't know that as small streamers. At least I don't know. Like, let me talk that in my name. I don't know that big of a responsibility. But if I would slap my kid in front of 130k people, and they would think, yo, I should start slapping my kid,
You've just endorsed child abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would argue that is okay, because just because you don't have the self-control not to slap your kid doesn't mean that you should be held responsible for other people not having that self-control.
But you are endorsing it.
But you are specifically a not just an ambassador of Twitch. You're a brand ambassador of Twitch at that point when you have that many followers. You are a content creator. You're a person of influence. People see you and want to do what you do because they are emboldened by you. They support you. They look up to you. They think you're an idol of theirs. And so what you do is what they want to do because they want to be like you.
Like,
And
listen, I'm
there's a
not
lot of
arguing.
impressionable people.
I'm not arguing the fact that people on Twitch have responsibility in what they do because they're influential. I'm not arguing that they're not influential people or anything like that. I'm arguing the fact that just because they do something, they shouldn't be held responsible for other people doing the same thing. I don't
disagree
think that's
completely.
fair.
I don't think you should be held responsible for each individual person's actions, but I do think you should be held responsible for your own and the fact that you're spreading that action. You're spreading... Go ahead.
Well, without a doubt, you should be held responsible for your own actions, but I still don't think... And I also agree that you shouldn't be spreading bad actions, but I also don't see a problem with it. Oh, my problem comes when like PewDiePie, for example, right? When he had that whole controversy over the shooting, right? Somebody said like brofist or something in a video after he shot a place up, right? and people were holding him responsible for that atrocious act because of something he said in a video offhandedly that didn't really have anything to do with it, but he's suddenly getting held responsible for something that he didn't have any part in, didn't endorse.
Yeah, but he didn't endorse it. That's the thing. I mean, he's not like PewDiePie shot a police officer and then he said bro fist. But XQC is actively gambling. I mean, he is doing the thing that he is endorsing. That's the issue here. It's like you can't control what other people do, but you control what you do and how others perceive you doing that. And if they perceive you as, like, as Weezy said, you're their fucking idol. You're like, oh, I want to be that guy. And that guy is spending a lot of cash on gambling. Like, that's something you should be held responsible for because you are actively promoting a life-ruining addiction. Like if XQC did coke on stream,
Well, then he's
wouldn't
going
that...
to jail at that point.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't that be cool? Because like, it's not like he's telling people to do it. He's just doing it in front of 130K people that look up to him.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like maybe
you
I should
still
try that
need to
because
be-
I just saw him do it, and he seems to be having a great time.
That's the thing. Like, I'm not saying he should be responsible for everything that those 120K people do, but he should be responsible for how much influence he has over those people's lives. I'm
And
not saying everybody's going to do it, but a lot of them are going to do it.
it's not a problem about if like it's an adult stream, because if it's an adult stream, these are adults. They should have the mental capacity to control themselves. But this is a all age stream where there's a lot of children who don't know how to control themselves, and sometimes children's parents are not very responsible, and they're like, well, I'm working 40 hours a week, 50, 60 hours a week to take care of my kid because I'm a single parent. Let's plop them in front of the Nintendo Switch and let them watch Twitch. And so now, like, this is what he's sitting there watching for 5-6 hours, and he's just watching XQC gambling.
Yeah, no, I'll admit that my argument, the most recent argument that I brought up wasn't very strong. I'll probably have to look into it a little bit further, but I still believe that regardless of whether or not XQC is gambling on Twitch with real money, I still don't think he should be held responsible for the actions of other people gambling on Twitch. And I don't think that an individual streamer should be held responsible for something like that. But as far as that goes, I'll admit my last point was pretty weak on that.
I'm not saying you need to be held responsible, but you do have a moral obligation to try to think, like, what am I doing to the youth? What am I doing as a very influential person to the people that are watching what I'm doing? You know, it's more of an ethical thing.
You know what I want to get into? Because if we're talking about ethical stuff, can we go to the subject of Amaranth and Indie Fox being banned
For farting on stream?
for farting on stream? That's something I want to get into.
Yeah, now kids are going to think it's okay to fart.
Oh my God! Imagine
Fucking
kids
sick of
thinking
it.
they could fart. These
I
damn
rip-
kids thinking they know how to fart. These young whippersnappers. Back in my day, we used to have to use a fart pool. And have to go outside for that. We used to have to go outside for that.
But what did you want to talk about with that?
Like, why wouldn't this be a bannable offense? Like, how is farting on stream different from gambling on stream?
That was the whole podcast right there. It's over.
That was the whole point. All right,
Damn.
we're done, boys.
We're
Back it
done,
up.
boys.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Thanks for coming by for today's podcast. We'll be coming back soon with a new subject. Hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll hear from you soon.